Hello. Konnichiwa.
Hello.
Good day.
Oh.
How are you two?
Good.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Good. It's morning. How's your mornings going?
Could use more sleep. I had another stream dream, so
Oh, did you?
yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I had to get in like a taxi to like go to the stream, and like he was like doing the opposite of all my directions as I was trying to like get to the stream, and I woke up before we got there, so you know the use.
Oh.
Aw.
How's your morning, Nana?
Good. I just got up a little bit ago, made some tea and eating some eggs, and that's it. I have not been up long enough to have a day.
I too just recently woke up.
What do you do? Why would
No,
you do it?
I had a great nap from like 12:30 till 3:45.
My gosh.
Yeah, because F1 is in Las Vegas tonight and the race is not until 11 p.m. and I can't stay up that late, so I had to have a nap so I could try to
Oh
nap.
my god. Strategic.
Aw.
Goodness.
Exactly. So yeah, I also just recently woke up. Okay, so wow, hello to the chat. Hi, Goosette. I think that's a new name. Welcome. Robin, hello, irradiated woman. Nice to see you. And Pearl, existential gamer. Hi. Tori, hello, welcome back. Hi. Existential gamer, how are you feeling? I hope you're feeling better. She's been sick again.
Oh no. That's not
Yeah.
Oh, nar.
R&R.
Fuck you. We're supposed to be mean lesbians together, not mean to the lesbians in the call.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is killing me. Goosette says I was yar before, but I cringed so hard when you read all my comments.
Oh.
Aw. You didn't like me responded to his yar.
Yar. Very funny, actually. That's so good. Well, yes. Hello, welcome back, everyone. So yes, this is the second installment of the IMLA, the International Mean Lesbians Alliance, or I think it's association. Mm-hmm. I've changed the name since last stream, apparently.
That's okay. We're allowed to.
So yeah, we wanted to talk about or go over this really silly article. I think dunking on hilarious gendy stuff is kind of our wheelhouse.
Yeah, bread and butter.
Yeah. No men allowed here. Hello, life sucks. So let me share the screen here because it's not that long. It's pretty short. And then as we are wont to do, we will go wherever the stream takes us.
Hell yeah.
Afterward. Is this
irradiated woman, take us grocery shopping with you.
Oh, yes.
We'll help pick out what you buy.
Okay, so I can't see. Everything look okay on screen?
Yeah? Is it slightly cut off to one side?
Yes.
Okay.
But the text the text is not for some reason. Just the image is so huge.
All right. Excellent alignment skills, whoever designed this website. Well done.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is from them.
Oh, you had to archive it, huh? Is it the actual article gone now?
No, it's not. But I always try to archive stuff we do just so in the event that it does get deleted eventually, like it'll be there.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
In
good
the
idea.
stream link. Yeah. So them.us is what? They don't have like a about, but it's a queer focused news culture identity website.
I see. Okay. I only recently learned what a doula was, so
yeah, more appropriation from the gender people.
Yeah, in the chat, Sweet D is saying, I wonder why the word doula is used in contexts like these. It quite literally means female slave in both modern and ancient Greek. A male slave is a doulos.
Oh, thank you for the education there, Sweet D. I did not know that.
No, I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder why we should probably maybe not use that word for.
I mean,
Right?
it's
what we
kind of
use it
like,
for
you know,
normally, you know?
doesn't vagina mean sheath
Yeah.
Yeah,
as well? Like, you know, the misogyny is
Yeah.
permeated everywhere.
yeah. Ancient Greek mention.
Greek mention.
Trigger warning for ancient
Trigger
Greek
warning.
mention.
Ancient
Right?
Greek.
So,
Wow.
well, maybe let's just why? Let's just stop screen for a second, and I'm gonna share actually the Wikipedia for doula because we can learn a little bit
This
about
is
that before we dive
speed
in.
running, derailing the stream. We've already gotten her away from the article. She hasn't even fucking read it
Yes,
yet.
5 minutes in.
Speed run any percent.
So a doula is not a midwife, but they work closely with birthing people.
Are they like more like emotional advocacy support sort of thing?
Yeah,
Like,
so it says a non-medical professional who provides guidance for the service of others and who support another person, the clients, through significant health-related experiences such as childbirth, miscarriage, induced abortion, or stillbirth. The goal...
Yep.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, irradiated were an interesting context. Wonder how the term got here. I imagine that higher up women had their slaves waiting on them and helping with birth, and because it was
Right.
women's business, it was just like it just carried over. I mean, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
sort of like, you know, maids were usually like young women that moved into your home, and like maid is supposed to mean like a virgin. So like, you know,
Yeah.
even though that's not what it means now, so I guess it just stuck.
Yeah. So, yeah, the doula's goal and role is to help the client feel safe and comfortable, complementing the role of the healthcare professionals. Yeah, so it's historical. Okay, so history. The concept of having a companion providing support to the birthing woman, how dare Wikipedia for being transphobic, dates back to prehistoric times. The contemporary role of doula first emerged in the grassroots national birth movement. Okay, so anyway, that's a little bit about doula. There we go. But to use
Doula,
it,
you understand now, everybody.
okay, let's get back to this. So I found this very silly article. How gender doulas are stewarding trans people through transition. To me, this just screams like another gendy grift.
Yeah, I was gonna say it smells of grift. Yeah, I'll be at your appointments and be like, you're so valid. Yes. Inject yourself, queen. I mean them.
Right.
What is a gender neutral term for queen?
Inject yourself,
Your
monarch.
Majesty?
Monarch?
Inject yourself, monarch.
Monarch.
Oligarch?
Yes, slave,
Ruling person?
Ruling
persons.
Ruling body.
Oh God.
My liege.
My liege.
Wow.
You're so valid, my liege. Behead them. Yes, them.
As more states pass bans on gender-affirming care, these doulas are a vital resource and more necessary now than ever. So these are some of the gender doulas.
Necessary.
From left to right.
Max, otherwise I can't do my grift. Sorry.
Max Poets. I mean, of course, her name is Max, because what else would it be? Will Bliss Kim and Rainbow Winicky.
Okay. I mean, I'll just make a note. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just get this up so that is that okay? That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Max Mowitz sees the effects of Iowa's gender-affirming care ban every day in their work in Des Moines, particularly on trans minors. He also works diligently to write its negative impact as the program director for LGBTQ+ advocacy organization One Iowa, a board member of the Iowa Trans Mutual Aid Fund, and a volunteer with Queer Community Closet Common Love DSM. I like how we've got there and here, or he.
You're just making up new pronouns.
And this one is Max.
Okay.
Wait. Is Max Mowitz a woman pretending to be a man?
I think so, right?
I would
Right.
assume.
What is it captured? It says left to right?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
Max Mounts.
Yeah, okay, that's a woman, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a woman, right? Oh no. This cat that I'm sitting is extremely vocal, so
Ah.
oh no. Can you hear
Let
him?
her speak. Let her speak.
I heard one little meow in the background.
Yeah.
Well, it might be ongoing, so oh no.
That's okay. That's a bonus. That's a feature, not a bug.
Okay, well, all right. So that's Max. There is, however, one unique role where he is able to directly give trans youth gender-affirming care directly without breaking the law as a gender doula. That sentence is kind of terrifying to me. Like, finding a way around breaking the law, but still, like, giving youth gender indoctrination.
You're still pushing them towards transition, even though it's not legal or whatever. Yeah, that's weird. And also kind of more signifies that it's like a grift, because it's just like, well, I'm not going to stick my neck out and get out, in trouble. I don't care that much about your quote unquote plight, but I will still take your money and tell you you're valid and stuff.
Yeah. And also, like, how is quote he, probably not he, but how is he contacting these minors? Like, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, it's so sketchy.
Tumblr.
Like, I'm getting around all the laws and I'm talking to kids anyway. It's like, do you not see how that sounds? Like,
yeah,
no, it'll stop me from talking to children. Like,
about the gender.
Do you think maybe there's a reason
I'm the
why
hero
we
in
keep
this.
talking to children? Yeah, but you're not the hero, buddy.
Gender doulas help people navigate gender transitions and the landscape of available resources. It's a small but growing field without official credentialing, so none of these people are accredited. That is exempt from many anti-trans laws. Because the Iowa law applies only to licensed healthcare professionals providing care like HRT and puberty blockers, Moeds is allowed to provide their services even to minors. This is an important specification in many states' anti-trans laws, allowing gender doulas to continue their life-saving, gender-affirming work legally, despite the negative hit trans healthcare has taken overall as a result of bans like Iowa's.
Wow. So that's so funny. It's like, don't worry, since they're only snake oil salesmen, they're not actually harming anyone.
Don't worry, that snake oil doesn't do anything. Don't worry about it.
You just pay for it. As long as you just pay for it, because of, like, you can still do capitalism, guys. Don't worry. We just can't do the medical side of capitalism.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
2 great comments in the chat. So Gusette says, it's so weird to find loopholes to break child protection laws in the name of progressiveness. Yeah. And then Life Sucks wrote, I thought these people know who they are from childhood, so why would they need somebody like this anyway? That's a great point.
Transphobia, don't even question it. Don't ask any questions.
Have you heard of,
fucking bigot.
Have you ever heard of transphobia? Thank you.
Pee your pants. Tough.
Even though that bill that was signed into law was specific to youth, it has had a ripple effect in adult access to care too, Moet says. We're seeing more providers that are reticent to provide surgeries, even if it's on adults. I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like opt-in. What is the word? Opt-in surgeries that you don't need.
Oh, elective.
Elective. Thank you.
Yeah. Elective surgeries. Yeah.
Right. Like, I think more providers probably should be a little bit more choosy on what elective surgeries they're performing on perfectly healthy, normal bodies.
Yeah. I mean, that seems fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess the Gen D argument is like, well, do you want that to extend to breast implants and stuff? Yes.
Yes, I do, actually. I want it to extend to all elective surgeries. And actually, even non-elective ones should maybe be scrutinized a bit to look at the complication rates, the results, especially on females.
Yeah.
A lot of these things, you know what I mean? Like, actually, I'm fine with scrutiny. Sorry.
Big time. Yes.
I'm fine with scrutiny in the medical field. I don't
fine with looking at things again, considering all the options.
I have always been a scrutinizer, and I remain one. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys.
She's a little hater, and we love her for it.
Great comment
Yeah.
from Irradiated Woman. Everyone should have to get real, actual quality therapy before getting cosmetic surgery.
Yeah.
I really don't think cosmetic surgery should ever be performed. And I guess, there's an argument
like
oh,
cosmetic surgery was invented as like reconstructive surgery for like, actually
Right.
survivors of war,
wars and stuff. Yeah.
which is perfectly fine. But then
they're also
morphed
like
into this-
restoring some function as well. Like, if you
Right.
get your nose blown off or something,
Yeah.
that's going to affect your quality of life. So if you have a nose reconstructed or something, makes
Mhm.
sense.
Right. I still believe
Yeah.
in reconstructive therapy, like
Of
reconstructive
course.
attempts, but like just
Just 'cause
you're
my nose,
the
like
illness is ugly and the treatment is
Yeah.
surgery. I'm like, I don't think
Mhm.
that's a thing.
Yeah, you've been diagnosed with kind of funny looking.
Yeah,
Fix it.
kind of ugly. Have you considered
Yeah.
letting me pop your face up? Let me peel your face off.
This is
You're kind of
a
ugly.
they've got stage 3 uggo.
Oh my god. Exactly. Like,
they're
I'm
in
sorry.
they're in uggo remission.
I'm glad to say that after their surgery and 6 treatments of Botox, you are now in uggo remission.
oh
And then
my
it's
God.
like, then they get a gender identity. It's like, relapse.
Oh,
They've
no.
reached for the green hair dye. Uggo relapse.
Oh no. Uggo relapse. Oh, it's a full-blown uggo.
Yeah.
Systemic uggo has returned.
Systemic.
Systemic. It's terminal uggo in some cases. Really.
Not us though.
No, never.
Never. Sorry, guys. This is what happens when you're allowed to be mean and a lesbian.
Yeah.
But
Goose said, I'm afraid your uggo is terminal.
exactly. Exactly.
Diagnosis for all men. Okay. So we're seeing pharmacies that won't fill prescriptions for HRT. Also, like, good. Like, we don't know the long-term effects on human bodies on taking HRT. So
All we know
for
is
a
it causes them to
pharmaceutical,
die.
like for a pharmaceutical
knows it
professional
kills
to be
people.
hesitant is a good thing if they don't know the research.
Especially because it's basically used off-label on trans-identifying people, right? Because like HRT is for like women with menopause to make sure their bones don't crumble to dust.
Yeah.
Yeah. HRT is literally not what they're being. They want cross-sex hormones. They don't want hormone replacement therapy. They want cross-sex hormones.
Yeah.
Like that's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're just trying to like obfuscate language, or I guess take language again. Sort of like, preferred pronouns or sex reassignment surgery. It's like, that's not what's actually happening. Gender affirming care. It's like, delusional enabling care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's fine because it's my favorite delusion. Anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna sneeze.
My emotional support delusion.
But doctor, that's my emotional support delusion. It's my therapy delusion. It's allowed on the plane with me.
Yeah.
We're
I
seeing-
identify as the pilot.
Imagine.
God.
We're seeing all of these things that are really indicative of the fact that when you see anti-LGBTQ hostility hit a state, so often we see folks, especially large organizations like a hospital, which tend to be risk adverse and risk conservative, start to pull back on healthcare for trans adults. Which it's okay.
I wonder what the person actually said in that quote.
Right. That's a great question.
Life-saving trans healthcare. Life-saving.
I mean, I guess it could have just been a longer quote where they just said it or that and they were just giving context, but just interesting.
Yeah. True.
Like birth and death doulas, gender doulas help usher clients through a medical system and society that can feel overwhelming to traverse alone and without guidance.
With no credentials.
Right.
Yep.
And no licensing.
Credentialless guidance. License
No governing
guidance.
Board
Right.
anyway.
Great point, Nana. Nobody that they're accountable to.
Yeah, no one that can like be like,
No
oh, this person's not good
association.
at it. No association, no professional association, nothing.
Yeah. No, like continued learning. Do you even have to take like any sort of course?
No,
to
they're
do
completely
it?
unqualified. That's what makes them so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's what makes them so good
Yeah.
at their jobs. Is being completely unqualified.
Making it up as
Yeah.
we go. About half of Mowitz's clients, who are mostly based in Iowa, are brand new to their gender discovery journey, and the other half have been out to themselves for a while but are seeking support on something specific like physical transition questions. In the community of people that are really just starting out, so often they are just grasping for safety, Mowitz says. My number one goal with those folks is to try to find an environment where they're going to be safe, even if that's just in our meetings or even if that's helping them develop some coping skills if they can't be out. Then, with a lot of other folks, I'm helping them navigate a system that has gotten more and more hostile to accessing care.
But what are you like giving? Like it's like an unlicensed therapist, as Goosette said in the comments.
Yeah, which is like scary because these gender doulas are going to have some level of power over their clients, right? Because
These
the clients
very
are looking
mentally
to
ill,
them,
delusional people,
right? Maybe easily impressionable, suggestible,
often
Blind
autistic.
leading the blind leading the delusional.
Yeah, what a grift.
Yeah.
In an increasingly anti-trans political environment with growing obstacles to care, gender doulas do the necessary work that doesn't neatly fit under the scope of another field. It's that mounting pressure to make their services more important than ever to understand. What exactly is a gender doula? Rainbow Winicky.
Come on.
Wow, my trust has soared. I feel like I'm in a professional space with someone who definitely knows what she's doing.
I'm just looking at rainbowwinicky.com.
Oh, I'm glad that that's a website that exists.
They, them, aka
Woman.
Bowie. Oh, God. Dedicated to supporting neurodivergent and trans individuals.
With no qualifications.
Yeah. Rainbow's coaching sessions are for gender doula stuff, neurodivergent coaching, and family coaching.
Notice the word coach. Coach is very it's kind of like it's like one
Doing
of
a
those
lot of heavy lifting here.
Yeah, it's one of those sort of like legally permissible labels, because it's the same with like in MLMs, like they'll get like I'm a representative or I'm a coach or I'm a whatever. So it's
I'm
like
a
it sounds
representative or something like that. Like they're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or like some of the MLM ones, like they'll even be like, yeah, I'm at the level of vice president. It's like vice president of what? But it sounds really good to the uninitiated. So you think like, oh, she's a coach. Like coaches have to get like some kind of degree, surely. No,
yeah.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
I'm a mean lesbian coach.
Oh my God,
$500 an hour.
Teaching lesbians to be meaner. Just be meaner. Say what you really think.
Yeah, and if you don't say it, then I punch you into the dirt. And that's an extra $50 per punch.
Rainbow describes they themselves as trans, autistic and ADHD, non-binary, queer, and an animistic witch.
Yeah, do you have any personality? Nice hot topic phrases. Got anything? I know nothing about you other than you have annoying politics.
Okay, so Rainbow Winicky, a gender doula based in Long Beach, California, says the word doula is used for professionals who help with life transitions of all kind, such as birth, death, pregnancy, and gender transition. It's someone who can guide someone through a gender transition or gender exploration, Winicky says.
One of these things is not like the other. One of these things doesn't belong.
Winicky adds that gender doulas are there to fill a gap of services that don't have a container for them. What I like about gender doula is that it almost feels like that death and rebirth cycle of people releasing old selves and old waves of being and rebirthing into their newest butterfly transformation, Winicky says.
This black queer esthetician is changing trans skincare for the better.
That was a stream that we could have done.
Yeah, I know. We talked about doing that one.
We will. Maybe
time.
For the IMLA third meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's something energetically about the term doula that feels helpful for a gender transition.
We just like the way the word sounded, and we've decided that it means what we want it to mean, actually.
What a coincidence.
Like, we just vibed with this word. It's ours now. It applies to
It's
us.
like when men are really into being called lesbians, you know, they just really
Yeah.
like the feel of it. And
Which
like when
is
straight women really
equally
like being called
as
lesbians.
valid. Very valid.
While doctors and therapists support parts of transition in specific ways, a gender doula works outside of systems to navigate
Yeah, 'cause they're not
gender-related
allowed in
plans.
there. They're not qualified to go in there.
While many birth doulas and other professionals are gender affirming within their work, gender doulas work primarily with gender transition as the focus, rather than creating trans affirming spaces within other concentrations.
What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean?
So they're saying that like this is literally all they do. They have no hobbies or life or a qualification. So unlike, you know, a breastfeeding specialist who makes it all about men, they're just you know, women with they them badges on their chest that make their whole lives about scamming other they thems.
I guess it's just the fucking
it
it's
means.
the word salad for me.
It's worded
creating
so stupidly.
trans affirming spaces within other concentrations. Like just like fucking
Don't worry, they're not providing any actual resources or services to anyone. They're just making they're charging you to enter their hug bubble. Like,
yeah,
okay.
Paid hug box.
Don't worry, they have no expertise in anything. They cannot guide you in any meaningful way. They're only here to talk about gender with you. Wow.
A key piece of gender doula's work is to provide support on a peer-to-peer level from another trans person. Winnicke says it is part of a long tradition of trans people supporting each other in their transitions, even though the term is newer. Being trans is not...
It's so funny how that's always the case with them. How non-binary has always existed. I mean, even though the term was just invented, there's a long history that we can't find it. But like, if we look at gay people, we could transition them posthumus, you know, after their death. But
posthumously,
yeah, totally trust us. Totally trust us. There's a long tradition for sure. Trust me on this one, bro.
Have you seen one of the excuses they've said for like why there's no information was because the Nazis burned down like a trans hospital / library, with all the information and history,
like the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah, but like with trans.
I know, like they're equating
Nazis. I'm like, you know that Nazis like invented transition, right? Like Nazis were way into that. Actually, they loved youth, like
and like
people, eugenics.
The occult and mysticism was a big part of the Nazi party.
Yeah,
as well.
They loved that. So what are you talking about? Max Hirschfeld, or what is his name? He was a Nazi and huge into transitioning dudes. Ugh. So what are we talking about?
The trans library that existed and was burned. Okay, listen, it was there. Trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro. Source. Trust me, bro. Yeah. It was there. I believe it was. So.
Source, this Tumblr blog.
Right. Being trans is natural and goes back to ancient times where it was accepted, celebrated, sometimes venerated, said Will Bliss Kim, who provides gender doula services in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay. Pause.
Was this like the ancient Greek? Was they loved gay people, and by loved gay people they mean that men were degenerates and raped young boys,
and
hated women so much, and hated women so much they didn't want to fuck them. Like,
I gotta tell you about Will Bliss Kim.
Okay.
On Will Bliss Kim's website, they them says, "I'm a heart mender." Brown, Korean, pangender, multi-spirited, and queer. I'm a trans dad to 2 preteens.
Oh, rough. F in the chat for those 2 kids with a wacky mom.
Yeah. So treating gender-affirming transitions as an important time to incubate and celebrate, much like postpartum time, honors our divinity and our connection to ourselves and each other. What does that mean?
Celebrate our divinity. We're divine for wanting to change everything about ourselves.
I don't understand.
More honoring to yourself than to like cut your body up and to change everything about yourself and to pretend that you never existed until this point and that you were a completely different person in the past and that person is dead and now you're a different person.
Divine.
Nothing more divine than that.
Yeah, I do not understand the push to like call themselves divine. I don't get that.
It's very woo-woo. It's getting very woo-woo.
I love that they're telling on themselves here. There's no official count of how many practicing gender doulas are scattered across the world. Right, because there is no governing body or organization for them to be accountable to.
Yep.
What happens when
Not
they
convenient.
when they've got like a suicidal teenager who wants to transition? What can they possibly fucking provide someone in that mental state? Like,
Well, Rainbow
are they-
Willicke's website says that she provides coaching to parents as well, so I'm sure she would.
so what you should
say
do is
for
tell
a
your
dead
they them
teenager or a
not.
trans teenager.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't worry, guys.
so-
She's coming out with a conservative Catholic upbringing, so I'm sure that has not in any way
Mhm.
affected her.
Indeed.
Yeah, I just like, and like, is there any accountability? Like, if the
No, for sure there isn't.
like what kind? I wonder what kind of like, if there's any like policy and procedures that they individually
No.
make for themselves, like not
But
even
if-
like from a governing body, but like, do they have anything in place to be?
But
to,
even
like,
if
I
they
don't know.
did, even if they did, they're one person and they could just change it and be like, "Oh no, what I did exactly aligns with my
The
whatever's."
policy, the best practices.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Best practices, get that money.
Yep.
So there are at least a dozen who advertise their services online. Luckily, the ones who are active almost always provide their work remotely, making it an option for people all over the world.
Phew! What luck! What luck!
Ooh, fire from Tori here. They love using
Very
terms
true.
like doula, incubate, postpartum, but when we call them female, it's a hate crime.
Ooh, get him, Tori.
I
Mm.
bet all the doulas are female as well. I bet there's no Tim doulas because they wouldn't
no,
want to
there's
be like
definitely some Tim
dedicated.
doulas.
There's got to be some Tim doulas who like.
See, I would think that
Because
they
doulas
wouldn't
are
want to like
exclusively a female
dedicate,
thing.
right? But like, I figured they wouldn't want to like dedicate themselves to helping other people because they're too busy sniffing their own farts, you know.
But to groom children, that's like prime male activities. For sure, they're in on that.
I feel like they would have they would think of like easier ways to get at
I mean-
kids, but maybe I'm being too optimistic.
They'll definitely make it all about themselves and not be helpful in any way to these very distressed teenagers. So it's like, could you send me a dick pic? I mean, could you gender affirm your wiener into my inbox or whatever? Like that's what they'll do. You know? Like, they're
wiener
not actually-
into your inbox.
that's what they'll end up doing. Like they'll just because that's their favorite thing is to infiltrate like female professions, female things, especially because they
I
just have to like
guess.
make a profile online and then see if little kids contact them. They're not actually going to like help anyone or make this a main thing. Like they don't want to like actually talk to people or hear their problems or anything like that.
Yeah, I guess it
Otherwise-
reminds
'cause
me of
in terms of the actual
sorry.
emotional labor, it's all female. Like I'm with you. on that.
Yeah.
It's going to be all female.
Yeah, that's why I felt like it wouldn't like I feel like they would try other avenues first. I mean, I think it was a couple of months back, but I showed Radical this where someone had just written their Discord, like just written it on like a street sign and was just like trans and queer kids contact me. Here's my Discord.
Oh,
seen that. Oh my
Do you
God.
remember that?
yes, I
Yeah.
do.
Gamer moment.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yikes. So, what kind of services do gender doulas offer? Gender doulas provide non-clinical support for those going through a gender transition by advocating within healthcare systems, troubleshooting difficult interpersonal relationships, aka like telling you to cut off anyone who doesn't validate immediately.
Or like force your
Exploring-
wife to accept your new skirt go spinny lifestyle or shit
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah.
Exploring gender identity and physical transition options, researching and recommending trans-affirming healthcare professionals and resources, navigating insurance, and more. They are not therapists, but they create space in regular sessions to help a client discover what they want, how they can achieve it, and to emotionally support them through it. But they're not therapists. Like,
Don't worry. they're
Yeah,
not-
how are they achieving this? They're just having you're like paying to have a yes man, basically, or yes them,
Right.
sorry.
I think it's yes. No. I think that that's so good. I think it's also like the whole, like, have you seen the meme where it's got like one little cat and then like a little cat behind it with like, my sister says she wants chicken nuggets, like that.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
no, he said he would
They're gonna-
no pickles. He asked for no
Yeah.
pickles.
Yes or no pickles,
Yeah.
Exactly that.
That's literally like, oh, to advocate for you in medical appointments. Really like, my client said,
And
skirt
when
go
they give you
spinny.
pickles.
Exactly. It's like all these like trans mask, like, I'm gonna fuck you up, and then they like can't order, can't
Right.
order the chicken nuggets at McDonald's by themselves.
They have to practice their order before they go to the drive-through. Like,
Yeah, exactly. That's what the service is for.
yeah. Some also accompany the client to medical appointments for support and advocacy or call potential providers to screen them. They may help with a slew of necessary resources, the labor of finding new clothes, selecting a surgeon, finding funding for travel out of state care in a state where it is legal, and so much more.
She will set you up a GoFundMe for a fee.
Right.
Yeah, she takes a 10% off the top.
Finder's fee.
So is that like one of the tiers? It's just like, so in this, like, when like they're doing the breakdowns, this bit will be paying for the hospital, this bit will be paying for the clothes so I can feel better about going to the hospital, this will be funding my gender doula, necessary trans care.
A gender doula might help a client select an electrologist or a binder, provide studies on what physical transition options are most effective and safe, or help make plans for post-surgical care. Some offer public workshops or sessions with the loved ones of the client. Because gender doulas work closely with individual clients, not all doulas offer the same services, as there isn't a universal standard. Like, they are just laying it all out here. Like,
yeah, being very honest.
Okay.
It's basically just like being a personal assistant plus like dealing with the whiny trans stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
For like a premium, I'm guessing, because you can hire really cheap personal assistants all around the world online. But this is like, yeah, but don't worry, I'll be trans about it, so it's good. You have to pay me more.
Abastorm says, my favorite thing about trans journey is the only totally biological thing based in reality that requires you to buy new clothes for. Yeah. It's been here so long, but the clothes you can buy, like, a deep, rich history, but the clothes you can buy now, historically, what they would have bought in the gender days of yore, in ancient gender times.
Everyone's heard all those classic ancient gender stories where the ye old autogynephile would schlep to the local mall. Like, what?
I sent you a tablet with my dick on it. Please respond.
Please respond. Oh my
god. Okay. While many services take place as talk sessions over video call, in-person care is sometimes available. Though they might not
It's sometimes available, so they're not even like getting out of their fucking house to do this.
Right. They're just
oh my god.
I think I see a new calling for me. Man, I could make a killing.
I would love to follow you around as a documentarian while you do this.
You have to follow me around long, because I guess I'll just be in my own goddamn house. So it'll be pretty fucking easy.
Speaking of making a killing, hold on. So Max Mowitz doesn't appear to list their pricing on their website. Rainbow Winicky starts at $125 per 50 minutes. Not even an
50,
hour.
not even. What kind of? Okay.
And then I found another one, not in this article. It's just the genderdoula.com, who is a woman but trans. She starts at $300 an hour.
At least it's a whole hour though, not 50 minutes. Like, what the fuck is that? Okay. $300 an hour.
Yeah.
An hour. We need to all become doulas. We got a couple turf doulas in the chat now.
Right.
Oh my god.
I'll guide you on your journey to becoming a turf doula. So it's like a pyramid scheme.
Oh my god. $1,000 an hour.
An hour, yeah.
It's an investment though, because you think about it.
Life sucks, to be honest. It's in your name. Like that can be your calling card when you're a tough doula. They can just be like, I'm having all these gender stuff and feels. And you're like, yeah, life sucks, to be honest.
It sucks. To be honest. It sucks.
Yeah.
You're set up already.
Interviewing for the right fit is critical. Unlike birth doulas, there is no certification for being a gender doula. With no standard training, education requirements, or agency oversight, anyone can use the term for themselves.
Get it, girl. Get it,
researching-
Murph.
Isn't
Let's
that
go.
great? We think
Right?
this
Like,
is a
that's not
feature.
good thing.
This is a feature, not a bug to us.
So researching the individual gender doula you're considering is key. It's about finding the right fit for what you're looking for. The first thing is, if you are talking to someone you're interested in working with, I would actually ask them about their limitations. What can't you help me with? What are your boundaries in your work? Moet says. Some gender doulas have specific specialties. Winnicky specializes in serving neurodiverse clients and offers sessions in ASL or English. Ken McGee in Washington State offers gender-affirming physical therapy, and Ro Rose in Montreal offers scar care services, for example.
I wonder how fucked like gender nonsense has made like sign languages. Like I wonder if like all the stupid gender terms, like if they have specific signs or they just have to be like finger spelled because they're so new and stupid.
Oh,
Probably a lot of finger spelling going on.
Yeah.
If you think about it, like this whole thing has like really impacted all forms of communication. So I would not be surprised if ASL and all the sign languages have been extremely badly affected by it.
Yeah, I can only assume.
I just looked at Ken McGee. So their first 20-minute call is free. The physical therapy office visit, 55 minutes, $225.
And that's for gender-affirming physical therapy. So what is it like? This is how you hold a cup in a masculine way, or is it like this is how you learn to live without not being able to move your arms above your head because you cut your tits off and removed like important muscle tissue involved in like the rotator cuff. Like
I think it's actually like a physical therapist who's just like, okay, so you cut off your wiener and now you can't walk. Let me help you with that. Like,
yeah.
Ro Rose's website, you have to give your name and email address in order to see the services offered. So I'm not doing that.
That's very telling, isn't it?
Yeah. Cost is another factor to consider. Moet offers their services completely free of charge, which is rare in the industry. This article is just telling on themselves so extremely. Like, holy shit.
Arbastor, people who would have become psychics in the early 2000s, in the early 20s, in the early 2000s. Yeah, they would have been like the mediums or like
Miss
that
Cleo.
or yeah. Or like going to like abandoned haunted places and being like, yeah, I'm feeling the spirits here. Your grandpa says he loves you and he's fine in the other life and you can move on.
I just wish that like we could go back to simple scams, you know? I miss those days now.
I mean, they're being pretty honest about their scam, at least. Like Radical was saying, like they're literally just saying like it all out here.
Yeah,
no, they're just like
no one we're accountable to.
Yeah,
but we're doing it anyway.
Yeah, my God.
Most gender doula services are not covered by insurance, but some, like McGee, may be eligible for reimbursement by insurance as a licensed professional.
That's the guy who's like a physical therapist, or
yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, I would hope so, because he's just like, you're so valid, queen, but yeah, since you cut your tits off, now you can't raise your arms, so let's work on that.
Yeah.
Most gender doulas charge an hourly fee, $175 for Ela Lalia in Los Angeles, a custom package for services like the Rainbow Midwife in the Tampa Bay area, or by donation of your choice like Epshez in Philadelphia. Some offer a sliding scale. Well, bless Kim.
Use like the Tumblr privilege model, like they have a look. They determine
money depending on how many like oppression points you have.
Yes, well, technically you're still identifying as cis right now because you need me to help you on your trans journey. So we're going to be starting at $300 amount. Yeah. But as we move through the identities, I may be able to lower it, 50 cents an identity. If you've got multiple, that's actually a surcharge because I'm treating multiple headmates. So that's going to be...
Oh my God, that's genius. That's where the real money is.
Yeah, I mean, you got to respect the hustle a little bit, I suppose.
I suppose.
Will Bliss Kim says that the overall goal for the healthcare system to start accepting and valuing gender doulas work. I
That
want
would be good
gender
for you guys
doing
though, because
work.
then you'll be moderated in some way. You'll actually be governed by some sort of body. You won't want that.
Yeah,
right.
they definitely do not want that.
The gravy train would come to an end.
If your
Oh.
gender is fluid, so am I race. Boy day or girl day? Boy day. All right, we can lower the rates a little bit. Girl day, cis bitch.
Pink tax.
Cis bitch
Pink
rates. Yeah, pink
tax.
tax.
I want gender affirming healthcare teams to ask their patients if they have a doula, Kim says. I want my business cards to be handed out and not be thrown away when I leave their office. Right, because I want your money. I want to not be treated like a medical liability when I'm advocating for my clients' comfort and safety. But you are when you have no accreditation.
It's actually kind of exclusionary the way they threw out her business cards and didn't even look at them. That's actually kind of abusive, low key, when you think about it.
Like, of course, a licensed medical professional's office is not going to be promoting some random person who's just like, hey, ask your patients to hire me. Like,
And even like
it's supposed to pay me for doing nothing.
yeah, and it's just like I imagine even if they do believe in, gender, whatever, they're still like, it's like, okay, are you insured? Do you have any like first aid training? You're to be like treating people? Like, do you have anything?
Yeah.
No.
Are you a therapist? No.
I'm a gender doula.
that's-
Okay, that's well, we'll take these cards and the exit door is just over there. No, we'll call you. Don't call us, please.
So I want cis parents of trans kids to realize having a gender worker giving compassionate care to the family is worth paying for. I want nonprofits. I want nonprofits to redistribute doula care funds along with gender affirming medical funds. I want doulas to be paid for sharing our knowledge and lobbying at legislatures so we can have more access to vital community care. I want
money.
Yeah,
money. Pay
Literally.
me.
I want cis people and white folks to know that it is decolonizing and liberatory work for them to contribute to gender doula care. The silence.
And white folks. It's definitely no skepticism, because all the other races, they didn't have gender until white people invented it for them because they're so dumb.
They did not even know biological sex was a thing. They had no idea.
Arbitrum, what's the chances this person has anti-capitalist in their bio?
Oh my god! Oh my god! This is great too from Life Sucks. If I was going to trust someone for advice on transitioning, I wouldn't go to these NB genderqueer people that can't even commit to it.
Yeah. Yeah, someone's saying it's almost always these people who are like running the biggest grips because they literally like do nothing and then they're like, let me help you debilitate your body for the rest of your life. Don't worry, I got you, bro. It's like, you're not doing any of this though.
Yeah.
Redistribute doula funds. These losers want to take money from professionals who work for qualifications because they think their fields are similar. Well, we use the same name. Basically, we have the same qualifications. Who's that? Who's Jeffrey Marsh?
Oh, you would know him if you saw him. He's like one of the most creepiest gender weirdos out there.
He's really creepy. He makes my skin
really creepy. He is like really all about, what is it? Like he offers like private Zoom calls with minors and like specifically says, don't tell your parents.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he's going the Jessica Yaniv or the Jonathan Yaniv route. Okay. Plum Plumie, a doula is a real doula is kind of like a midwife and they help with the birthing process, but they're not like, it's the non-medical side. So they would be there to advocate for you in doctor's appointments, or if you don't want your family there for the birth, they can be there for you instead. So it's like your emotional support midwife who doesn't have medical training per se, but apparently they have to have some kind of training.
$175.
Don't worry, she's T for T, aka she's just a lesbian who hates herself. Decided that was a good thing to do.
One-time session, $300 for 90 minutes.
She can have the "Am I trans enough?" conversation with you for $300, guys.
Yeah.
What a bargain.
I'm not trusting anybody rocking a mullet in 2024 with my mental health or physical health. Agree, I hate mullets also. Thank you, Life Sucks, to be honest. I can't believe they've made a comeback.
Lord.
I hate them too.
Breathwork circle for trans liberation.
All right, let's hear it. Are you gonna read it, Radical, or shall one of us?
I want to create a space where trans people are free from the burden of cisgender anxieties, where trans people can breathe together, can hold one another, and can experience being held. I want to create...
hold people. You cannot exclude people from being held. I don't care which sweaty fuck you get sat next to. You gotta hold him.
I want to create a space where trans people don't have to answer inane questions about their gender. So really, this is just like hanging out with people who have the same opinions as you, but you gotta pay for it.
Yeah. How much is this breathwork circle?
I don't know. You have to sign up to learn more.
Oh, of course.
This is where if you scroll down on the main page, it's like you can sign up for her mini gender exploration book. I'm like, wow, maybe I need to sign up for this mini gender exploration. Yeah, see, you can receive a free download of my gender exploration mini workbook, a guided journey through gender exploration from my own unique perspective.
So unique. Could I be trans?
Yes, and let me tell you why in a 90-minute, $300 session.
Yeah. $300, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Rainbow Winnicky. This is Rainbow.
The problem,
Actually,
Renegade Pal, is that they can't make friends, so they need to pay. You know. Sorry.
Rainbow Winnicky actually does have some credentials, though. Has a master's in social work. At least there's that.
I guess.
Yeah, don't worry. She started out with a conservative Catholic upbringing.
But like the fact that she also wrote like animistic witch in like a professional. In a profession, what is this fucking acronym? 2SL. Like what is this? Two Spirit First. I guess that's to attempt to be anti-racist because LGBT blah, 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 is white people. Just the white gays.
Everyone knows that only white people can be gay.
Yeah, white people invented homosexuality, and they brought it along with colonization.
It's funny because the TQIA blah 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 blah. They think that because they're all white, and so they're like, we got to put some browns in the acronym. It's like the rest of us have browns. I don't know what you're talking about. It's because when we're talking about sexuality, it's really not that. Like the spread is pretty much whatever the demographic is of the place that you already live. It's like when you get to these queer theory things, yeah, it's all white people. The rest of us are fine. We really don't need a special brown stripe. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. It was, wasn't it like a corporate decision to add the brown and black stripe? Like, that wasn't even like, Yeah,
it was some like corporate thing.
Joan, I wish I had the stone cold gumption of some of these women. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
Or like the stream Lisa and I did about Monica Prada, who teaches femininity to trans women. Starts at like $3,000 a session.
Yeah.
What a grift.
If I had to deal with Tim's, I would also charge $3,000 a session.
Yeah. Honestly, kind of valid for her.
I know. Like, so funny. He's taking these men's money. Oh. Who's the other one? Max Mowitz. About the doula. That is just a lady.
Yeah, that's just a woman.
Practicing gender and transition doula since 2019. Oh boy. I think trans people are fucking cool. I don't.
You gotta anything you gotta tell yourself, sweetheart, I guess.
Services. Gender exploration, gender affirming care, surgery support, community events.
So is gender exploration not affirming care?
You have to explore it before you affirm it. Duh.
Yeah.
You have to decide.
Okay,
Step
right.
one.
You got to pay the.
You got to pick your
You gotta
flag.
play the exploration fee.
Yeah.
She conveniently has no. You can't see her pricing though. There is no pricing listed.
Oh no, of course not.
That's a cost thing.
You can always donate though. So
Yeah, you
that's
could
good.
donate. Check back soon for more details.
I need to donate now.
Oh yeah, they're dying. They're dropping like flies.
I need to give mine to this chubby woman who cut off her boobs. She's a professional.
Will Bliss Kim doesn't. Oh, it does have a website. Well, I can't see anything.
Artist doula.
I'm a charge $300 as a gender doula to tell people they're not trans. Don't worry, I know how to.
I explored your gender and I found it lacking.
Yeah, but like you have to take the whole 90 minutes to get there, and it's just like, yep, well, no, you're not actually. You don't.
You're fine.
You don't meet the criteria. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just fine. You could just, you know what? You should just do like just nothing. It's fine.
Now this is just me. This is some affirming care for you. I've got some deodorant and soap in this little bag. You take this home.
Yeah. Go on a hike. Touch some grass.
Yeah, I've got a list of hobbies that you could try, a list of like activity groups, local library, great place to go. Free, actually, you know, after I've charged you so much. So
yeah, I'm probably gonna put for books for a while, so you might want to rent them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh God. This is too much.
Yeah.
It's really funny. You don't have to become a man to do that. You can do that as a woman.
Just spend the whole 90 minutes doing that.
$90, please.
I would charge $300 as a gender doula to tell people they're not trans. Don't worry, I know.
This one has that glazed grew up Mormon look, in my opinion. Shout out to people who left the Latter-day Saints and became actual feminists, but this one who go gender get weird. Well, yeah, they're like so constrained in the Mormon church. Like they like so infantilizing than like such black and white thinking. It's not surprising.
Yeah, I think that's like I also have that like Mormon vibe. Like the glazed Mormon vibe. I was just like, yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Were you raised Mormon, Netta?
No, but like I know my best friend actually lives and works in a Mormon area, so I get exposed to a lot of Mormon stories.
I'm extremely exposed to Mormons because outside of Utah, where I live, has like the biggest Mormon population in the world.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and like they're everywhere here, and yeah, it's the very like blank stare, dead eyes, plastered on fake smile. Like it's creepy.
Yeah, I've only had one experience with Mormons. I'd had like door knockers earlier that day. I think before I went to school, and then I was riding my bike to school, and then there was two Mormons on bikes, and they were riding after me, and they're like, "We have some brochures for you," and I was like, "No, you already came to the house." And they're like, "That wasn't us. That was a different group. Would you like our brochures?" And I said no and rode away.
They're all over the place here in their white shirts and ties and stuff.
Yes, with the little hats. Yep. Scary.
Yep. Also, they're all dentists. I don't know why. I don't know why that is, but like becoming a dentist or a dental hygienist is like a thing in Mormonism. I don't know why, but like every single dentist office here is entirely staffed by members of the church. It's very weird.
That's interesting.
Weird. Okay. Because like that's like such a medical yeah, I guess it's the same as like I know that a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses, at least the men, like do a trade, but like you know, electrician plumber because they build a lot of the kingdom halls, quote unquote, and like for free. And then if the church wants to, or whatever, the congregation wants to move or get rid of it or merge it, they can just sell it for a complete profit because they didn't have to pay for any of the labor. And like the idea is also like, oh, well, you want to have like a trade because once the rapture comes and whatever, or whatever the Jehovah's Witness version is, like we're gonna need people who can like build houses and stuff. So
Right.
that's what you should do. Don't get a higher education. That's the devil talking.
Yeah, the higher education is strongly discouraged, as well as because
Mhm.
worldly professions are discouraged as well.
Yes.
What's wild though is that Mormons get a lot of plastic surgery, like women. Mormon
Oh,
women
yeah.
get so much plastic surgery. It's so like, because you would think like, oh, they're all holy and they're beyond that, but like it's such a like weirdly like vapid branch of faith. That,
Yeah,
like,
well, it's extremely like gender biased and misogynist. Rusty, feed your
Yep.
Tamagotchi.
I'm getting it. Shit, where did I put it?
But yeah, like the gender roles for women are like extreme in Mormonism. So fitting into that
I'm getting you. Where are
beauty
you?
standard is important. Like we did a reading about Ballerina Farm. Her family is Mormon.
ugh, yeah.
Oh, oof. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally playing with the Tamagotchi. Rusty.
Oh yeah, we did a stream the other day, and the Tamagotchi was screaming.
Sorry.
I used to
Yeah, my
collect
wife and I
Tamagotchi.
got them. They like re-released them as part of like the 20th anniversary. Stop. Cease. I've got my wife because like my wife went to work, so I have to look after both the damn
Rusty is a
kids.
single mom of 2 children.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know I'm anti-natalist, but I did bring my children to the stream. Sorry, they shit on the floor. I just have to clean this up.
Wow, really hypocritical of you, Rusty. Actually, yesterday was the anniversary. Let's see. Now it's 2024 minus 1996. Yesterday, whoops. Minus 1996. Yesterday was. I cannot do math. It was the 28th anniversary of Tamagotchi's first release in Japan.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas I got like
Tamagotchi.
the connection releases where they can like talk to each other.
Oh, I love those. Yeah.
Yeah. Except my wife's Tamagotchi was a fucking boy, and like she like we've been trying to get them to give gifts to each other, and hers refuses to accept gifts from mine. And the times that hers has come over to mine and given me gifts, he gave me a piece of shit wrapped up and a snake and also a literal fucking disease. Like my Tamagotchi had to be inoculated after. So it's like
typical boy moments.
Yeah. They also evolved recently. They were a lot cuter as teenagers. They're pretty ugly as adults.
Oh, that's also true for all boys. Typical boy moment.
Yeah, hers is like some sort of like hers went from like a creature with a floppy hairdo to like a worm with no legs.
Oh.
Oh my god, that's funny.
That's making me. I need to break up my Tamagotchi now. You're making me tempted. I would.
Oh my god, Renegade Pearl, Pixel Chicks, I still have mine. So fun. It was like a little I guess it was like a girl, like a human girl Tamagotchi. It had like a little house. And it had like an LED Pixel Chicks. So like but chicks as in CHIX. And it had like a little house, and you could like she stayed in the house, but you had like little attachments that you could get. You could connect her with another house, so she could visit a friend, or you could have like cars. Yeah, I have the blue one.
Never heard of this.
It was like 2004-5 when these came out. So yeah, I had the little blue house.
Of these. I was a bit too old for this, but
yeah, Nana, did you have? But we probably had Polly Pocket, right?
Yeah, I had a Polly Pocket and I had Tamagotchi and all that, you know.
Yeah, I had a Polly Pocket. I thought these were really cool too. I loved looking inside, like all the little designs. I spent ages just looking at the little furniture and stuff and chewing on the clothes.
Yeah, so small. So satisfying.
Gotta chew on it.
I mean, I don't think our Pollys had clothes though, did they? They were too small.
Yeah, the generation of Polly Pocket that we had, they definitely did not have outfits.
Oh, what did you chew on?
4 or 5
what did you chew on?
Tall,
yeah, I had to chew on Play-Doh like many 80s
Barbie
children.
shoes.
Oh, Barbie shoes, the high heels. Yes, the Barbie high heels were always the
perfect
best.
for shopping.
Girlies had to make do.
Yeah. Spiky heel was like right into my molars.
Life Sucks mentioned Littlest Pet Shop.
Oh yes, I had those. They were so cute, and like the little magnets in the foot that like open things. I had like a big play set with like a merry-go-round that activated by the magnet in the thing's foot. If you wound it up, it was. I had that veterinarian set as well. Oh, so fun! And they all came with like their own little house carrying case, and the pets looked fucking creepy as sin, but oh, so fun.
So fun.
Yeah.
Like how this went from like gender doing nonsense to like Polly Pocket.
The first half of the stream is the gendy nonsense, and the second half is wherever things take us.
Exactly.
Guys, we could make like a killing though, for sure.
I also loved the In My Pocket series.
Oh, I remember these. These look familiar. They had like this sort of soft velvety feel, didn't they?
Yeah. They had like the mom and then the little babies. And there was like kitty, bunny, puppy, all kinds of different ones.
Neopets, yes. The website, but also like, did you guys have like there was like a big McDonald's run where they did the little plushies of the Neopets? Like everybody, when I was like 9 and 10 years old, everybody had them hanging off their backpacks because they were like part of the McDonald's Happy Meal. I didn't even like McDonald's, but I was like, can we please just go to the McDonald's, get a Neopet? I need a Shiru.
I think I was like 13, 14 when Neopets was the thing. So like
I was a bit older. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I was a bit older than you too, so I was like,
bless.
It was Beanie Babies. I was the Beanie Baby generation.
Oh yeah, I had a few of those.
I had so many. Actually, I still have all of mine.
I think I have all of mine somewhere as well.
I think actually, I don't know. We still have ours.
And getting the one that had the same birthday as you was like key.
Of course, yeah.
I remember Pound Puppies, Existential Gamer, and like the ads were like, you know, you gotta get them or they'll get the gas.
You want these puppies to die.
They really just told us anything in the 90s.
Yeah. Or like, did you ever see like the sea monkey things, like where you put it in the water and then there's like little wriggly things? Not sure what they were really about.
Those were just brine shrimp, yeah.
Oof.
Here you can have actual living actual living animals, and then they're all just gonna suffer and die. Okay.
Yeah. Or kind of like did you have like those little bug boxes, like those insect containers, like the clear and the like colorful lid, and you just put them in there and just looked at them? It was like, kind of inhumane.
Yeah. We just had jars for that kind of thing, but same idea.
Yeah. Like, they were selling like an expensive jar. It's like, look, it's got little holes in the top so your bug can breathe.
It's like it's a stick. You just make a little hole.
Yeah.
Or like the growable aliens. Like you get a little thing and put it in water, and then it'd grow into like a big spongy thing.
Oh yeah, I swallowed some of those capsules in university, so I wanted to see what happened. It was one of the ones that you would get a dinosaur sponge, and so me and my roommate both swallowed a bunch to see who would get to poop the T-Rex.
Oh my god!
And the person who pooped the T-Rex would win. But unfortunately,
did it just get dissolved in stomach acid?
Yeah, they just completely biodegraded. I guess that they were meant that way because stupid children and like young adults would swallow them. Yeah. So yeah, they just completely broke down in our stomach. We had just like weird colored poops. We could not tell who swallowed or who actually got the T-Rex. Yeah, this is how I was a gifted child, and this is how I spent my early adulthood. So.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we did a lot of really dumb things.
Did you believe if you swallowed watermelon seeds, like a watermelon would grow in your belly? Yeah, I was terrified of that.
I was worried that Rosie was one of those kids you had.
Why would you say
T-Rex?
Yeah, that was. To be fair, I did. I wasn't quite as chaotic as you, but I remember we were told when we were about 4 or 5, like, you can't swear. And I was like, I don't know what a swear word is, but you won't catch me saying one. And they were like, and if you say a swear word, you have to, like, wash your mouth out with soap. And they're like, what? We decided, like, what if we ate the soap before you washed our mouth out so we know what it tastes like? So then, who's the real winner? Didn't taste good.
Checkmate.
What Why am I being slandered?
You want to know the most unhinged thing we did?
Yes.
Sure. Okay, so, and my roommate was much more successful with this. I immediately failed. So we, we got some floss and we took it off the little spool. So we just had like a little bundle of floss, and then we tied. So we like we tied it around our back molar, and then we swallowed the like spool of floss because we wanted to see if we could like poop out the other end of the floss.
Oh my
full body floss.
Why were you so obsessed with what was coming out of you?
Continuous string from, like, humans are just donuts, I suppose.
Exactly. We wanted to see what would happen. But the same thing, actually, my roommate was able to like sort of do it, but then it like kind of broke. Like, it was like, oh, I don't think it's actually connected. I think it's broke off somewhere in the middle. And for me, like it came off my back tooth, and I just swallowed the rest of it. You know what I mean? Like it didn't, like it just came off in my sleep, and I fell asleep. Like it just, But she actually had it tied to her tooth, and it came out the other end. But yeah, it did not.
Oh my god!
Anyway. Oh my god. Also, I was like 16, 17, so I was not like 10.
I was 4 when I ate soap.
No, I was like almost an adult. To be clear, I was in university because I skipped 2 years of high school.
Yeah, clearly that was a mistake. They forgot you missed your don't eat fucking tooth floss class.
It was fun.
Oh my god.
It's because I went to a special, like we were in like a specialized dorm that would like lock us in at night because we were minors.
So we're like, gotta eat tooth floss.
Yeah, we had to find things to do. We just did all this like random shit. Like we also glued a bunch of coins to our body, like super glued them, and whoever could keep the coin on the longest would win. I lost that one too. She won with the dime behind her ear.
Oh my god.
My roommate was real good at these challenges. So.
Oh my god. Yeah, the permanent markers, they smell so good.
I would sniff them, but I was like, that just smells weird.
I liked the smell of petrol. My mom like filled up the car, but she was like, never sniff petrol, you'll die. So I always like held my breath.
My parents taught me, I remember, when I was a child, because I like the smell of gasoline. It smells good to me. But
it did.
My parents always told me, don't sniff it because you'll turn into a bad guy. And I was thinking like, like a bad guy, like in movies and stuff.
Oh my
goodness.
I thought,
I believed that like, if I did sniff the smell when we were like filling up, like I would literally turn into a movie criminal or like a burglar or whatever.
Like Captain Hook or something? Like you would just turn into Captain Hook.
Right. But then I realized when I was much older, they just meant like you'll fry your brain and become a degenerate.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god.
That's so cute the way you understood that.
Oh my god, look at this. I currently live in a dorm and I don't get into trouble, but the other girls on my floor threw a slip and slide rave in the bathroom.
Oh my god. Yeah. Just girls being girls.
That's still live.
Oh my god. Apparently, when I was 3 or so, I drank toilet water from a cup because I was thirsty and I didn't want to interrupt my parents, and the dog did it. No!
Oh.
No! A plum plumie, a slip and slide is like a piece of plastic you usually put on on grass, and it's attached to a hose, and it like sprinkles some water on it, and you slide down on your belly. We just played slip and slide on the concrete. My mom was like, we can't afford slip and slide, so we had like the concrete path outside. You had the hose going, and then some like laundry detergent, and you just went full bare belly slide on the concrete.
Yes. Yeah, we just had a random piece of plastic and a hose.
Yeah, a tarp would work.
Man, you slip like for real.
Look at this inflated one. That is decadence that I would have never seen.
Yeah, we have like this one. Not even with the bumpers, like just this plastic
tarp.
Yes, often you'd like slide off the side.
Joan, I'm so sorry. Grossing you out.
Don't worry, Living Lux. It was on the concrete, but it was like painted concrete. So it was like it had a bit of a slip to it. Oh, but we also did you guys like any trampoline owners? We got like one that was like passed down from like a kid and a kid and a kid and a kid who like grew up from it, so we got it for like free. It was one of those rectangle ones, but we would turn it on its side and then try and like run at it and knock it over.
What? And like go flying backwards?
No, like you would. So if you put it long ways, we would try and like run to the top of like. So it would be the tallest part up high. So I guess.
Trampolines are
Oh.
round.
Oh no,
Yeah,
they were like rectangle. We'd run at it and then try and reach the top and grip the bar before it like fell over.
Oh my god.
Wow. No, we had one of those really big round ones when we moved to our house in Missouri because the people before us, like the people who moved out, just left it. It was too hard to move. And I was like, oh my God, yes, all my dreams are coming true. This is amazing. Yeah, we loved it. It was incredible. And actually, no one actually got majorly injured, which is interesting because usually those are just like, and then these people are the people I know who broke their leg on my trampoline or broke their neck and died.
We never broke any bones. We definitely got injured, like getting caught in the springs, or like like if you double bounce someone too high and then you like gutted yourself on their shoulder, or like we used to jump off the roof onto the trampoline. And I made the mistake of like curling up in a ball, and I went down leg first, so like my knee hit myself in the gut, and then I was winded for a while, and then I got up and did it again. It was like, okay, that really hurt. Let's try again.
I loved being a feral child of the 90s, honestly.
Oh yeah,
it was great.
We lived in so many rentals, so one of the things we always did would try and figure out how to get onto the roof. So like, and we would judge the rentals by how easy or how fun it was to get up there.
Oh
wow.
And sometimes I'm, oh, that was a little too easy. It's not even that cool to be up here.
It's not even fun.
There's only like one snake up here. Nah. Or like we played in the sewers.
Right. You're like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, there was no turtles down there. But like there was like a big, like I guess like it was like a concrete thing, and then it had like 2 tunnels in it. So we're like, well, let's just see where they go. And like we were under a grate by the road, and then we got yelled at by the neighbor, and we're like, oh no, we're gonna get arrested. We're 8 years old. Get sent to jail. Well, yeah, you know, most Aussie roofs have like a snake in it, but you don't know about it. Like they're just up there. It's fine. It's usually like just a carpet python or something. Snake catcher is an actual small town country profession. My mother's friend was a snake catcher. And we would get to when she would make catches, because she would just release them into like the back of people's backyard. She's like, they'll come back, but you know, I guess that was her grift. But we would often get to return. Yeah, we would often get to hold part of the snake. Like she would hold the head, and then there'd be like 4 or 5 of us little kids holding like a bit of the snake.
Aww.
Just a carpet python, Joan Diabach. They're not poisonous.
I love snakes, honestly. I'm not scared of snakes at all.
They're so cute. I love their fat
I think
heads.
they're so cute too. Especially like, pythons. Their little puppy faces.
Yeah, my favorite is the green tree snake. We used to have, instead of a pool, it was a hole in the ground with tarp, and we would have to like splash in there to make sure there was no, like the snakes would swim out before we would go for a swim. And the rule of thumb here is always, if the snake goes straight for a tree, up, not dangerous, usually not venomous, and then if it stays on the ground, yeah, run, or like get away. We used to get like paid for like fishing frogs out of the toilet because we had a rainwater tank, and they would just like chill in there, so we'd have to like reach in and grab it.
I think snakes are cute. My wife is just like very alarmed by my non-alarm at snakes. Like I'm not alarmed by snakes, and she's like, you have to be alarmed by snakes. Snakes are often dangerous. And I'm like, no, they're not, because I grew up in a place where snakes are rare. I mean, rattlesnakes were dangerous, but they were very obviously different from other snakes, you know?
Owls aren't. One of our most dangerous is just the brown snake, and it just looks like a little brown snake, and its venom will kill you in 40 minutes. So you can watch it.
That's silly.
The babies are worse though. They'll kill you quicker because they don't know how to control how much venom they use, so they'll just like empty all of it into you.
See, I used to just like wear little snakes as like a bracelet and stuff when I was, because I grew up in a place with a lot of snakes, but only rattlesnakes are dangerous, so everything else is fine.
That's crazy.
So I'm just like, have no alarm when I see them.
I am also a rodent fan during the arc. I could not own a snake because I would not want to feed them rats. That would make me sad.
Yeah, that's true. I couldn't own
Yeah.
one either.
Mm.
Okay. So, well, I mean, I grew up in a place with lots of snakes, and they're fine. You know,
The only
I didn't
snakes,
have
well,
pets.
rattlesnakes are really common here. Like, there's often like rattlesnake warnings. Like, anyway, but also garter snakes too are common here. They're so cute, little tiny garter snakes. Apparently, the oldest daughter of Teddy Roosevelt, Alice, had a snake called Emily Spinach. Oh,
Aw,
that's cute.
Emily
Spinach is
Spinach.
adorable. Yeah, you can wear them as like a little bracelet.
What?
Yes,
Alberta is rat free.
Yeah, you're
Except for
like
me, if I
illegally
go
not allowed to. You will be quarantined like the rest.
No.
Yes. No rats here. Where's that hilarious image? Hold on. Open image. Okay, this is so funny. How do I? Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Why? This is the one I wanted.
And Libretti.
The global rat distribution map. And then there's Alberta up here. No rats.
Wow.
They're rat exclusionary.
Yeah, extremely.
Wow.
There's like a whole section of the government that is like the rat squad.
So
Rat
sad.
exclusionary radical Canadians, the RARCs.
Yeah.
The RARCs.
Ratless behavior. I'm gonna start using that on you.
Ratless behavior.
No rats. It's so funny.
Are you a Rourke radical?
Well, I personally am not. I think rats are the cutest, sweetest. I would love to have rats as pets, but they are illegal here.
Aw, even as pets? How about
Yes.
feeding snakes?
No, they're completely illegal in Alberta.
What do
Like
people feed snakes then?
mice.
Oh, but those,
Yeesh.
yeah, I guess in my mind they're kind of the same thing, but I guess they're not technically. So
Yeah, they're
mice are allowed, but not
totally
rats?
Illegal because they're considered vermin.
I mean, we have a state here, the state of Queensland. Both rabbits and ferrets are illegal. The only exception to rabbits is if you are a magician and it is a white rabbit.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That's racist, by the way.
Yeah.
By the way, so racist. Typical white-only Australian immigration.
Yeah,
policy.
honestly.
Wow.
But like, you have to. I don't know how you go about proving that you are a magician.
Right, it's not like
No,
there's
like,
a
magician's
magician's
license.
licensing.
Like
Yeah,
you
the
just
magician
come
governing
in
body.
and like it's in a hat, and then you show it. You're like, yeah, that does look like it could be part of a magic trick. I agree. Like,
You just have to like convincingly pull it off. They're like, all right, yeah, that was pretty good. You pulled it out of the hat good. All right, we'll let you have it.
yeah.
Otherwise, export that bad boy.
Yeah, he's allowed stamps. Like, and if you are caught with them, like they get deported to like the
Oh my
neighboring
God.
state.
Aw.
Because they're a pest because they were introduced here. Obviously, we don't have our own bunnies.
Right. Yeah, it's the same with rats here. They're considered like a pest.
Yeah, we have Australian rats. They're allowed. Yes, Renegade Pearl, they are deported. Rapid deportation. We use our funds very wisely.
Do you have like a tiny little airplane just with the rabbits in there? Aw. You know, that'd be so cute.
That would be adorable. I love that.
The bunny plane.
Rabbit plane deportation flyer.
Oh my God.
Is everyone buckled up back there?
They're all like just loose buckled into like little tiny rabbit seats. Oh my God.
The rabbits
Walk
say
around
nothing
handing them
because
lettuces.
Because rabbits don't make noise.
In-flight lettuces are coming shortly, and then just
Oh my
normal lettuce. Oh my god, I want to be
Start our in-flight service.
I want that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
in
always-
New York,
oh,
because they deemed it a pest, so they euthanized
That's-
this person's pet. It's so sad.
oh. That's wild that you can earn squirrels there.
Well, you can't because
And that's why they euthanize.
they came for him.
Oh, I assume some states allowed it.
Some states do allow it. A
Yeah,
lot
they
of
might
just
have
don't really-
exotic pet laws.
But
Yeah,
aren't
some
they like
people
just
don't
like
really have
a?
opinions.
They're not like domesticated. They're like just a creature. Like you just
Yeah.
yoink one from outside. You're like, this is my pet now.
Yeah. If you like just if you feed a squirrel like 2 times, it's now your friend.
Yeah.
It
Well,
does not
yeah,
care.
actually, my aunt, there is a squirrel that has been coming to her house for like a good 12 years at this point that she like feeds out of her back patio door and like
Oh,
comes around and knows that this is where he gets the peanuts. And she opens the door and he comes in like just enough inside to grab the peanut and go.
Mhm.
My parents do that with blue
Aw.
jays also.
oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they'd be so trusting. I only saw them very briefly in America. Like one was like running vertically up a tree, and that was all I saw of it. And I was like,
Yeah. They're pretty trusting.
oh,
Yeah, when you got the peanuts.
Yeah, if you have
Yes,
peanuts,
blue
they're like,
jays.
okay.
My parents have been like feeding like it has to be multiple generations of blue jays at this point because they've been in their house for like 21 years. So yeah, the blue jays just come and they used to like caw and then my parents would be like, oh, the blue jays are here, and they put the peanuts out. And now like they know that they just need to show up on the deck and
oh.
the peanuts. Yeah.
So
really
funny. If they allow women to have mastectomies in the name of gender affirming care, why don't they allow pet squirrels? Think of how many pet squirrels could save women from gender thoughts.
Right.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know, man. Got a thing against squirrels.
Squirrel doula.
Oh. I imagined the squirrel doing the doulaing, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. You're just paying peanuts. 300 peanuts
Can I
an hour.
offer you a peanut in this trying time while you're giving birth?
Aw.
Yeah, minors can have elective genital surgery but can't help a baby squirrel.
Yeah. Sad.
Yep. Ugh.
I think legitimately though, getting on topic of our screen for a moment, we really should infiltrate the whole gender doula thing just
Okay.
to be like, I don't think that you're trans. I don't think that you should do this.
Gender
Like-
non-affirming care.
Yeah,
then
where it's like, have you ever thought?
Tank the market, make it a lot lower than what others are offering. Still enough to turn a profit, obviously, but like
Obviously.
enough that you would have people go like, oh my god, this is like the cheapest gender affirming care.
Yeah, we'd listen to them for like a few weeks, and we're just like, you know what? Something's really been bugging me. You say that you think that you're a man because you like to wear boy shorts, but I wear boy shorts, and I'm not a man.
Yeah.
And just
You
kind
notice
of
how I came to this appointment in the exact same clothes you're wearing and my gender hasn't changed?
Isn't that weird? Like, I'm like, your feelings are so
Yes.
valid, but maybe they're informed by patriarchy, which they don't really know what that means. So they'll just be kind of confused and they'll be nodding along, like, yeah, I've heard that is a thing.
Up a storm. I remember when I sent you the gender doula thing a while back, Rusty. I can't believe it's growing. Yeah, that's where I learned the word doula. Because you were like, here's some lease-bound inspo. And I was like, what the fuck is a doula?
Ugh. Want rad femme therapists. We need to get a therapist lately, and I want one who's not a gen date. That's the really hard part of when you're
Yeah.
looking for a therapist.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, I remember when I was researching therapists in my area like about a year ago, so many of them on their like websites or whatever was like gender affirming, trans, blah blah blah, LGBTQ plus 2S, whatever the fuck. WTF?
Yep.
And I was like, can I find one normal person, please?
No.
No.
Yeah, I had the same issue. I was going to therapy for a while, and my therapist, like
yeah.
she had like a female partner as well, but she was like, she kept calling me a queer woman to the point where it's just like I called her out a couple times in the therapy session, and then I was like, send her an email. I'm like, look, there's nothing abnormal about my homosexuality. I'd really appreciate if you stop calling me a queer woman. And then we had a whole talk about that in the next session. And she was just, and I was like, look, I don't like the word because I think, one, it's a slur. And two, it, it can mean anything. I was like, are you saying that you're same-sex attracted, or are you saying that you wore tennis shoes to your wedding? And she's like, that's the brilliance of it. That's why I love it. And I was like,
Is that brilliant?
Is it
brilliant?
good? And she was trying to convince me that my mom was bisexual.
What?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, because I had said, I was talking to her about like my experiences with homophobia. So like I first tried to come out to my mom when I was 12. I wrote her a letter and I was really scared because I was just like, I'm having all these feelings about women that I shouldn't be having. I'm going to run away. And then I didn't end up running away, but I like just stashed the letter somewhere, and she found it, and she was just like, no, it's okay if you're gay. I don't think you are. Most women look at women and think they're beautiful. That's normal. It doesn't have to define who you are. So I like really held on to that. And I was telling my therapist about that and how that kind of fucked me up for a bit. And she was just like, have you ever considered that your mother's queer? And I was like, no. And then I explained how like she was relating to a comedian that was just like, yeah, I could be an upper half only lesbian where you just appreciate the boobs look good. Who doesn't? Because my mom said that, and she's like, well, maybe she was just like romantically attracted to women. I'm like, we're not doing this. We're not. No. Yeah,
not doing the split attraction model. No, thank
yeah,
you.
absolutely not. And like, I knew she had a female, like, I'm pretty sure she had a wife, but I noticed like after the first few sessions, she stopped saying wife and she started saying like partner, and I was like, 15th Jessica, yes, the thing everyone wants to talk to a therapist about, their mother's sexuality. Very helpful, Rusty's therapist. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oops. I got told the same shit. I thought attraction to women was just something literally everyone felt. That
Yeah,
women are
like,
not bi.
Yeah. There is a difference. Yes, Irradiated Woman. I remember that episode. You'll remember the Seinfeld episode where Elaine said something about how women's bodies are beautiful, but the male body is just utilitarian and nobody likes looking at it. Yes, I remember thinking, I was like, right, normal. It's normal to be disgusted by men's bodies. Like, I'm still straight. There's nothing wrong with me. 1, nothing wrong with me. 2, like, nothing wrong with me. 3, boobs. Nothing wrong with me. 4. Or one of my things, Irradiated Woman, was like, I was like, well, I like it when women wear men's clothes because I like men and the clothes that they wear, but just when women wear them because men, yeah. Which is exactly what, gender people are doing now, because it's all about the clothes.
It would be much more confusing time to be growing up gay now.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
Oh
yeah. Fuck that.
It was confusing when we were kids, but like, my God, it would be real confusing now.
Yes, very much so.
Are you gay? Cut your tits off. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess because it's spicy, existential gamer, quote unquote spicy. It's just like, oh, how different, how alluring. She likes women, but she's not going to commit herself to them. Don't worry, she's still available to men. But this is kind of like a cool, strange, kinky thing. Don't you like it? Isn't it sexually gratifying for you?
Gross.
Yeah, 90s and naughties were weird with the whole pushing all women are bi thing. Yeah, that was a big thing.
Yeah, for sure.
That was definitely happening. And now that's happening too, but specifically all lesbians are bi.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you can't not like penis, sweetheart. Think you, mom, a little confused.
There's no category of women that doesn't like penis.
Yeah, no. Men have so little to offer het women that these women mistake their hatred of men's disgusting low effort appearance and no personality as just a natural state of heterosexuality. Yeah, basically. It's like that one comic, I think it was like a boomer one as well, where a woman is sitting in bed and she's holding like the bed sheets up to her and her husband is like disgusting and like full of body hair and smelly and gross.
Like,
and he's like
you need one.
Yeah, you need to see a therapist about your lack of libido. And it's just like, maybe you're just disgusting and repulsive. Everything about that. Exactly, existential gamer.
Huge difference between loving a woman's hair appearance and then being willing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which is, was not helpful for my mom to say. Because she was like, yeah, I can think women are beautiful. It was just like, yeah, it's not the same, mother. You don't want to eat them out, do you? No. And then she'd be like, oh, Rusty, don't be so vulgar.
Don't be so vulgar.
Yeah. She has like a weird, she's, decently accepting, but she's definitely one of those straight women that's just like, oh yeah, I've got lots of gay men friends and gay men are so cute, but lesbians are a little, I mean, I don't want to hear about it.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's not uncommon.
Yeah.
No, that's not uncommon at all.
Then to be ugly, terminal ugly disease. Right, yeah. Lesbians can tell when men are attractive. Right, like everyone can tell by your cultural standards what
it's
men
like, this person is good looking.
Yeah,
but
that doesn't mean I want anything to do with them intimately.
It's like looking at a nice painting. I don't want to fuck the painting. It's like, well, that's a beautifully rendered landscape. He has a symmetrical face and a nice smile. That's his,
Yeah.
Okay.
He still has most of his hair, probably.
Yeah.
That's good for his age, I think.
Yeah.
Not that deep, really.
No. No, Mom, I want to eat pussy. Out of my way, gay lady. Give me that painting. Yes, straight women love fucking paintings.
He's not bald. Heart emoji.
Mama, look up your daughters. He's got hair.
Whoa.
Honestly. Or it's like I like seeing all the lesbians despair at all the like really ugly men that Tumblr girlies like. And it's just like you hear them be like, oh, he's so gorgeous. I think like the heavens gave him his smile, and then you see an image of it, it's just like some shriveled up skinny white guy.
Calling men bald is my favorite insult.
She does it with that look on her face too. She's like, bald.
Bald.
Oh, it's so funny.
Balding is such a weird thing. Males are so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is the like, evolutionary function of their hair just falling
Becoming
out?
bald? Yeah, I don't know.
It's to give you more surface area to slap that bald head.
I love
basically.
I love how on Tumblr polls, whenever they have like an option that's like not relevant to me, but I want to see the results, they just say I'm bald because of that one that was about hair. It's like, what color is your hair? Brown, yellow, whatever. And then it was just at the end, it was like, I'm bald. So people started using that for everything. Like, what country are you from? Canada, United States. I'm bald.
I do like that. I love Tumblr polls so much.
I use that now as like my standard, and I know nobody understands except people with a similar brain rot, but it's just so funny. Opt out of a question with "I'm bald."
I couldn't possibly. I'm bald. Nice argument. Have you considered that you're bald?
Delete this bald. This is so stupid.
Oh, there. Have you seen? I mean, there's been a lot of like stupid pushback to 4B and stuff, but there's people arguing because lots of women are like, I'm to like signify them part of 4B. I'm also shaving my head, and people are like, well, that's insulting women with alopecia. You're calling them ugly. And it's just like, we don't set the definitions of what ugly is. Also, who cares? Like, all right.
We also don't judge women's worth
with the
based
same
on
standards.
how fuckable they are.
Yeah.
Like, even if someone is ugly, like, we don't care. Actually, we don't think they should go get plastic surgery. They don't need to be diagnosed with ugly and then get their body cut off. Like, that's you guys. You guys support that. We don't. Like.
Yeah, exactly. It's not about the looks, and it's just like I shave my head all the time, and I still find bald jokes funny. So.
They are funny. It's just funny.
Yeah,
I'm bald. You know.
Yeah, balding. Excuse me.
Don't die.
I'm sorry.
We're under a winter storm watch right now.
Oh,
it's been snowing for more than 48 hours now.
Oh, sheesh.
And like no end in sight. It is crazy. It's not that cold though. Well, it wasn't. It's currently minus 18, but it wasn't that bad earlier. But we've got like a foot and a quarter of snow. It's crazy. So much snow. And it's summer in Australia.
Yeah.
I know. So weird.
Yeah, it's getting warm. Well, it's not quite summer yet. It's still spring. But yeah, we've had a couple warm ones. But, you know, not enough to break out the AC, just sort of fans. Head under a cold shower. That's right.
What's it like in Japan, Nana?
It's fall, it's autumn, so it's actually the last few days have been a bit chilly, but generally it's pretty pleasant. We've had to run the heater for a few days now, but usually during the day, at least during the peak, it's maybe up to like 22 or 23. On nice days, it's been more like 17, lows of like
that's perfect.
9-ish.
17 is perfect. It's minus 18 here.
Oh my God, you live in a hellscape. Never.
No, thank you.
Nope.
That's not even as bad as it'll ever get, man. Last winter, we had some days in the mid minus 50s. And we also had days where it was colder here than the daily temperature on Mars that day.
Oh, God.
Like Mars was like minus 47, and here it was minus 56.
Jesus.
Yeah.
When I was in America, it did get to minus 40 one of those days, and that was awful. The wind hurt. It was bad. Everything. I don't know why you even go outside. It's just bad. Don't care for the cold.
Yeah. Good times.
No.
Yeah, the Pacific Northwest is dealing with this cyclone. My sister is a little nervous because she has a flight on Monday.
Ooh.
To Australia.
And yet she's not coming to visit me, your sister who I've never met or spoken to.
Yeah,
how rude.
I'm going to Australia for Christmas too, Russ.
And you're also not visiting me. How rude.
With the in-laws.
And yet not me.
You're not my in-law yet. How are we going to make this happen? How can we do this?
We're both married, so we gotta set two other people in our family.
I know our siblings are both married. Dang it! Hold on. Yeah, I can figure this out somehow.
My siblings are, but they're male, so you know, ew.
Yeah, ew.
Rusty is your in-law.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, yeah, you all need to come to my backyard for Christmas or something. We'll have beach Christmas.
Beach Christmas.
Yeah. Make a lesbian polycule. Oh my God, no.
No, we're not doing that.
Oh wait,
We're
We
not.
can do it in a split attraction model sort of way where we both have our respective wives
ooh.
that we're in love with, and then we are platonic, queer platonic.
Oh, so we just like split
Polycules.
bills and stuff.
We're just friends.
We're queer financial. We're queer financial.
Oh, yeah.
Let me give my money to other women.
Exactly. That's so valid. But no, I want to visit. I'll visit you. I'll be probably moving to Australia, like March or no, actually not
Yeah,
March.
you're
Sorry,
probably
I'm
gonna
lying.
move
Like
fucking
June.
Melbourne, aren't you? Or Sydney.
It might be
Freak.
Sydney, Brisbane.
Oh, Brisbane. Now there's where you should go. That's somewhere I can go.
That's what we're
I mean,
kind of planning, but we're not sure yet.
don't live in
Depends on
actual
job.
Brisbane though. It fucking sucks. Like it's disgusting. There's highways and tolls everywhere. You want to like be a little bit out of Brisbane, like Deception Bay or Red Bank or Ipswich or Gympie or Maroochydore.
I have no say in where we live. Basically, we're gonna see where the wife gets a job, and then I'll just get a job in my I'll just become a gender doula wherever we end up. So it's fine.
Right. Perfect.
I mean, we don't really. I don't know if doulas are very popular here, even just in the general doula sense. So you might have like a big untapped market.
I'm telling you, yeah. They love to import American ideas for stupid shit like this. I'll just be the first to do it, and I'll be like, I'm so legit. I'm actually American. I'm gonna make a killing, guys.
Perfect idea.
Then I'll have all the money to visit Rusty and my our new queer polycule.
$300 per 55 minutes.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think you should make it 300 per 30 minutes. To be honest, I mean, you're offering an exclusive service, so
yeah, there's no one to compete with. So
you really actually, and because you're modeling, like because your model is like actually convincing them they're not trans, you're actually saving them a lot of money down the line. So I feel like it's
you think about it, it's a killer investment.
Yeah, exactly. Invest in yourself. That should be a tagline.
Exactly. Invest in your gender journey. Your gender journey is just realizing the gender is stupid. You should get some hobbies. I just literally like have them hang out with like some normal people of their own sexual orientation.
You take that back, Robin. Don't even say that.
I mean, lesbian, queer, platonic, Wow. Yeah, sign up for my new mentoring session about how to enter your own international mean lesbian, queer, platonic polycule. It's $300.
It's a brochure that just says "don't."
Sign up now. You get this free ebook. I was just like, no, man, it's not.
Oh my God, Sharon, it's Karen. I just started watching from the start. I thought the one with the glasses, that Max Mowitz, was a younger pic of Ben Shapiro.
Oh,
which one is he? What does he do again? To me, him and Elon Musk occupy the same like space
Ben
in my brain. They're the
is like a
same
super
person.
right-wing conservative commentator.
he sounds like tell me why you think this. Like,
yeah, he's got like a really grating and annoying voice.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he runs that, like, there's like a production company that he heads up. I don't know. For like right-wing commentators.
Okay. Well, to me, he is just Elon Musk. Like, they're the same person to me. They do not occupy a separate space in my brain.
Someone made an AI-generated video on Tumblr. It was Ben Shapiro talking to Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan's I went to the beach that makes you old, and Ben Shapiro's like, that is not a thing. There's no such beach that turns you old. And Joe Rogan's like, no, I went to that beach and it turned me old, man. That's why I'm old now. Look how old I am. And Ben Shapiro's like, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna come back and I won't be old. And they're just like, logically speaking, there's no way. Just keeps like going on about it. And he's like, okay, fine, I'm gonna go find out. Joe Rogan's like, okay, well, you're gonna be old. And then it's like 3 days later. And Ben Shapiro's old. He's like, I went to the beach and turned me old, and it made me old. So stupid.
I saw a Cybertruck in real life 2 days ago. It was fucking crazy looking. It's so ugly and weird.
I've never seen one.
I've only seen videos about them.
I can't believe I saw one in my like small little city. I was like, what the fuck is this doing?
Did you throw Rotten Tomatoes at it? Left them at home. Shame.
Yeah.
How embarrassing.
No.
I've seen the videos where like they'll like TikToks where they talk about all the benefits, and it's just someone doing the same thing in like a normal car. It's like it's got this cool little compartment at the front where you can like put your like wallet and stuff. It's like, you mean a glove compartment? And it's got all this space in the boot trunk or whatever you guys call it, and it's just like, yeah, and
Yeah, they're really crazy looking.
yeah, and apparently really dangerous too.
Yeah.
They were like the touch screens and instead of like tactile buttons, and
also the headlights are like recessed back. So in climates like mine, where the snow is, it just piles up in front of the headlights.
Oh god.
And people and taillights, and people are continuously having to pull over to like dust the pile of snow away.
Oh god. The Mormon dentist in Utah my mom went to has a Cybertruck. Wow, small world.
Wow. Full circle.
Mormons are dentists, I'm telling you.
Well, I guess that's how they afford it. Wasn't it like $150,000 to buy or something?
I have no idea.
Sheesh. Excuse me.
I don't know how much they are. I know they're expensive, and they look so like raccoons keep trying to get in them because they think that they're dumpsters.
Right? Yeah. I saw that today. I saw an
that's
article
funny.
about that today.
Bro, not a Mormon spending all that money on such a worldly possession. Yeah, well, I guess that's also probably why they go into like more high-paying jobs, because they have to give like a tithing or something, like 10% of what they earn or something like that.
And they also have 18,000 children.
Yeah,
usually.
And birth control, of course.
Yeah, and they're encouraged to have lots and lots and lots of kids.
Yeah.
You gotta populate their future planet.
Yeah. Where apparently, and in their version of heaven, like women are still like housewives and stuff, but men get like weighted on hand and foot.
Universes. No, they become gods. Yeah,
they become gods of their own planet.
Yeah,
and like Earth is just
serve them.
Earth is
like
just
the practice
the
one.
Planet. No. Earth is just the planet of a dead Mormon who became god of this planet. Is what they believe. And there are millions and millions of other Earths who are the planets.
You're just a Blorbo in this other Mormons.
Literally. Yes. And so they believe that all men in Mormon faith will die and become the god of their own planet. And that's why they have to have lots of kids and stuff so their family can be there with them forever.
Oh, Mormon blobfication.
Literally. It's crazy. It's nuts. And yeah, so the God that they believe in is just a former Mormon who is in dominion over this planet.
It's all linked. Illuminati. Oh no, not that one. They don't like that.
Mormon shows.
I hope they don't. I mean, they probably do have Mormon shows, but my God, can you imagine anything more bland, like a Mormon sitcom?
Crazy.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah.
Don't they still do polyamory or polygamy or whatever?
The fundamentalist Mormons do. So
yeah.
There was the decree in basically the US government in the 1800s or whatever was like, no, you can't do this. And so they received a revelation from God that said no more polygamy, apparently.
The government told them blow them off.
Exactly. Yeah. But then there was, of course, a sect of them who broke off to become the fundamentalist Mormons, meaning they still practice the fundamental teachings of the faith.
The fundamental misogyny.
Yeah. So they're the ones with like the prairie dresses and the crazy hair braids and
okay.
Warren Jeffs was their leader. He's now in jail for raping children and marrying children. Good times.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, Twilight was written by a Mormon woman.
Yes, I mean that's why there was the whole pro-life debate in the middle of it.
God,
I've never seen it.
I never seen it or anything. But
when she's because after they have to wait to have sex, they have to get married so they can have sex.
Oh right,
and
okay.
then
That's really in there.
Yes, that's really in there.
They can't get married.
And,
Oh my god. Okay.
yeah, and it's like it's Bella pressuring Edward. She's like, I want to have sex, and he's like, no, we have to be married. He's like, oh, fine, okay, let's get married, and then we can have sex. And he's like, fine, okay. And then she gets pregnant, with a vampire, half human, with a half human, half vampire, thing, and like there's a point where it like breaks her spine. And they're like, the fetus isn't good for Bella. It's like, baby, say baby. The baby isn't good for her. And then she like dies in childbirth, and Edward has to eat out her womb or something, and like get the baby out or something. Like he has to bite it out, like just like. And then she's fine. So pregnancy is always the viable way.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And then the werewolf is in love with her baby. He was like not in love with Bella. He was in love with the baby, and he imprints on the baby. And so he doesn't age until the baby turns 18, and then they can get married.
Stop.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I saw these movies a few years ago, and I was like shitting and farting everywhere. It's like, what?
God!
And they didn't have a real baby on set. They had an animatronic thing, and like CG'd, half CG'd animatronic baby thing, because they just couldn't have a real baby, I guess.
How would they? But like, why would she write that about like chomping out the baby out of the womb? Like,
I don't know.
Because it's her fantasy. She's writing about wanting to fuck a vampire. Anything is possible. A vampire who like watches her sleep and like is a depressed 109-year-old and is a virgin or what, I don't know. It's her
no
fantasy.
Idea this is what was going on in those books. And people ate it up.
Yes, like he ate the uterus up. much.
Oh my god.
Gross, guys. This is so gross. I didn't know all these details, but I knew like the basic stuff. It's so bad.
I had no idea about any of that. I thought it was just like human meets vampire.
No, it's like weird body horror by the end. The womb was affected by the vampire's iron skin abilities. Only his vampire teeth were strong enough to break her skin. Then knives wouldn't work. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Holy shit. My favorite contraception is getting my uterus eaten by vampires.
Yeah, I don't know if she's like infertile after that or whatever, because she gets up and like the vampire venom makes her blood, I don't know, be better, and then she's fine, and then she's a vampire. And I feel like she becomes even less interesting as a character, because at least the one thing she wanted was to be a vampire, and then she just is one, and she's just like, yep, and I married my husband, and we have a kid, and we're married, and we can have sex now because we're married. Thank God.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ew. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, and they like, it looks like in the movie, I remember the movie, it looked like they were gonna give it to her in like a glass champagne flute, but then they just put it in like a plastic like delivery cup, and she's just like, blood.
Ew, I actually just gagged.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, a styrofoam cup.
I literally had to mute myself so you didn't hear me almost throw up in my mouth just now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Gross.
Oh. Oh my god.
And yeah, also it's somehow like, even though there's no blood in a vampire's bodies, like Edward was still able to conceive a child with her somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, magic hand waving.
Yeah, and then it's like illegal to like make a vampire half baby or whatever, and then there's like a war, except there isn't.
Oh my god, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have to like they have to invent fake stakes for a straight romance to be like forbidden.
Right. Wow. The more you know.
Yeah.
Thanks for that education, Rusty.
You're so welcome. And I like barely know anything about Twilight. My wife is the big Twilight reader.
Oh,
She liked Harry Potter. She liked Twilight.
Wow.
Yep. So I got most of my info from her.
I am currently listening to Harry Potter on audiobook before. I've never listened to an audiobook.
Oh, I read Higher Part of that way too. It's really nice.
No, I've read the books 1 through 7, probably 2 or maybe 3 times each. But I wanted to reread them, but I'm like fucking busy all the time. And I was like, oh, I work alone most of the time. That's a perfect opportunity. So I just got the audiobooks and I've been enjoying it. I'm on book 2 right now.
Oh, nice.
Are you reading which audiobook version? Like
Stephen Fry.
Stephen Fry. It's a good one.
Yeah, he's really good. I enjoy it a lot.
I haven't finished reading Harry Potter. We were reading them together as a family for a while, but
Oh, yeah,
it was like
I forgot about that.
we got we got partway through Half-Blood Prince, but then we stopped for a while because like my wife and I moved further away. But it was also kind of infuriating reading them with my mother because she didn't like pay attention to any of the details, and she also wanted to fuck Snape. So anytime Snape was on the page, she was just like, "Oh, Snape, he's so I don't know," and I'm like, "Can you stop trying to fuck Snape?" And I'm like,
He's not gonna fuck you, Mom. He's not even real.
Yeah, and I'm just like, did you not listen to the description? Greasy, gross, yucky. And she's like, oh, Snape. He's got me feeling some kind of way. I'm like,
wow.
And I'm like, you didn't listen to the plot point. This is where you're asking questions. And she always wanted, we would read a book and then watch the film. And then she would just, like, she's so annoying to watch films with because she asks questions every few seconds. Like, what's going on? Does he die? What's going on? What did he just say? Who's that? What are they doing now? Are they using magic? Who's that? Is that Snape? No.
Poor Rusty.
It's just infuriating. Book Snape and film Snape. She was very, especially when he came onto the screen in the film. She was just like, "Wow, that greasy bob cut! Wow."
I have never heard of the Snape wives. I don't know what that means.
Oh God.
Do you know what that means?
No, I've never heard that.
No.
Is that a recent term or is that an old thing that's gone now?
I have no idea.
Never heard of it.
I assume they're just women who mentally married Snape in their mind.
Wow.
That seems like the cat knows.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Oh wow, everybody knows what it is. I've never heard that before.
Wow, you're not a true Harry Potter fan. Okay, apparently I got it. They mentally married Snape in their minds. Are they in a polygamous...
Oh boy.
Are they Mormon too? I don't think Mormons would be allowed to read Harry Potter.
Oh man,
it's like if Snape was a polygamist.
God.
Oh, that's so funny.
Listen, no. I mean, my favorite iteration of Snape was obviously in My Immortal, when he was masticating to the Sidio.
Oh my God. This is so funny. So much drama in this weird insular little group. Huh. Oh yeah, good point. Harry Potter got burned for being witchcraft. Now it gets burned for being turfy. The cycle continues.
Yep.
I agree. Arbastor, my Immortal read along when. It's so good. Maybe that's what I should do on my channel.
Big time. Oh God. That's so funny.
So informative. I've learned so much.
What's the agenda for the rest of your day?
I've got some comments to delete. I've got a whole bunch of blocks of text that just came up in my email, and they all look to be from the same IP address. And one of them starts with, "Believe it or not, most trans people don't pretend to be cis, especially when they're dating people." And it's by Anonymous T. The T is not for trans, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm probably going to just be deleting. Oh my God, there's like 7 of them. Sheesh. She's been busy, and I'm not going to read any of it. Delete.
Oh. Yeah. What are you up to, Nina?
gonna be a pretty chill day. Might go out, do some grocery shopping, and then I'll be playing D&D later
Oh,
with
nice.
my online friends, and then that's about it for today. I have to get ready for next week at work, which will suck ass. So
Oh.
keeping it pretty low key.
Comments on the comic Leasebound.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much dinner time for me and the cats, as you can hear, if you can hear them meowing.
Yeah.
No, I can hear them meowing right now.
And then I have F1 Las Vegas Grand Prix is tonight at 11 p.m. It's going to be, I can't talk about it. It's so upsetting.
Oh.
My Blorbo is not going to win the race tonight, I'm sure.
Oh,
no, her
no.
Blorbo's
Your
losing.
I know.
Everybody contact your state representative.
Why don't you believe in your Blorbo more?
I believe in my Blorbo so much. It's his team I don't have a lot of faith in because they're failing him with a bad car.
Blorbo sabotage.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He is going to definitely win the world championship title. He has the potential to, if he wins the race tonight, he will become world champion tonight, even though there's still 3 races to go.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think
She's
it's
so
going to happen
Blorbo-sure.
tonight.
Wow.
Well,
Ultimate Blorbo.
there's almost no way that he can lose it with the way the points are set up right now. Like, no one could catch him, pretty much.
I didn't even know there was any points in racing. I just
Oh,
thought they
yeah.
drove fast.
You get 25 points if you finish the race first, and the first, like 10 or first through 10th get points, and then 11th through 20th do not get points.
What?
And it's like it scales down for each position. So like second place is 18 points, third place is 15 points, etc. And so throughout the whole season, whoever has the most points is gonna win.
Oh, I didn't know it worked like that.
So it's sometimes
good job.
It doesn't even come down to the final race of the season. Like last season, Max won the championship when there was still 5 races to go, because as far as the points went, there was no possible way for anyone else to catch him.
Wow.
So
that'd be kind of like, do they even continue at that point?
Yeah, they do.
Because I feel like it'd be so embarrassing.
Yeah, but the thing is where you
They love
finish a season, you get like your team gets money from the racing federation. So like you want to continue
like 5th place
to try to finish
place
higher,
or whatever is important,
right? To get more money for next season, to develop your car for next season, because it's an entirely different car every single season.
Wow.
They built a car from the ground up every single season. So
I do that too, and no one cares. There's my applause and fanfare.
Yeah. Thanks, Tori. That's so nice.
Thanks for coming.
I think because I gotta feed these cats and myself.
Yeah, I hope he inspired you guys with the whole new business ideas. It's extremely
start your gender doula journey today.
Literally
your
0
gender doula
barrier.
grift today.
Yeah, just make a website. That's all you have to do. Literally, make a website. You're good.
Exactly.
Have a good microphone. That's about it.
Thank you, chat, for being wonderful and funny and intelligent and amazing. There's no point in streaming without all of you wonderful women in the chat. So thank you.
Yeah.
Leave a silly little comment if you can.
Yes, and thank you, Rusty and Nena.
Of course.
We'll definitely do it again.
Yeah.
Because we got ideas and plans. Or I do anyway. I just tell you guys to join.
Rusty and I have no thoughts in our heads ever.
We just come and say, yes, ma'am.
We just come here and say stupid things.
Yes. So,
free.
Thanks, you radiated woman. We enjoy it as well. So, I'll be streaming again probably on Monday or Tuesday. And so you can await that. You can find Rusty at leasebound.com. Leasebound.com. You can find Nena in the description box because her channel is linked there.
Yeah, I live there, and also in your junk drawer. Just pull it out. There's a little hamster in there. That's me.
And then feel free to leave a comment when this is over. That would always be nice because comments are the best thing that YouTube likes in their algorithm. Okay.
It munches
thank you
them up like Edward munches the uterus.
Exactly. Perfect.
No.
Okay, cat, shush. I will feed you in 2 seconds.
Poor kitty.
Yes. Okay, I better go feed this cat. So thank you so much, y'all. Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye everyone. Bye.